11th of the 11th, 2022 at 11 a.m. This is a very beautiful day that we can do a gorgeous portal activation. I do like playing with auspicious moments in time or playing with auspicious numbers as they line up because I think it gives us the opportunity to really focus, fine tune and align to the energies that we're wanting to connect to. Life is very busy and it can be very chaotic with a lot of different things. And sometimes we're manifesting and we're visualizing, we're trying for things, but our frequency gets a little bit disturbed or muffled or cluttered with some other stuff. So I love using these moments where we can use certain auspicious times or dates or alignments, whether they be planetary or, even if it's an alignment of the sun coming through your room, you get those alignments, right? You're in just everyday normal life and all of a sudden the sun comes through and it's like whoosh, and it hits you and it's like, there's a magic moment here that I must pay attention to and utilize. And I think the universe gives us many magical moments to utilize, and sometimes we get a little bit unconscious around noticing them. We miss them, we forget them, we think, oh, we've got this other thing's way more important, and we forget to pick up on the subtle clues, messages, or communications from the universe, which is saying, hey, there's a magic moment here. Move into alignment, realign yourself, reorganize who you are, get your frequency right, and remember your direction, remember your purpose, remember why you're here. And we need to do this more and more often. Now, I am a spontaneous person, so I like to find these little moments of alignment spontaneously as the universe configures me to step into that. But we also need to, practice making sure we set aside the times. When I look at beautiful Islamic culture, they pray 5 times a day to get their connection, right? They find every 5 times a day, they go in, they pray, they align, they center themselves, they find their connection, their divinity, and they align. And we should be doing this moment to moment, every day. We should be finding these alignments. And because I'm spontaneous and a bit of a rebel, I don't like to find alignments that I'm told to do because I'm going to rebel against it. I'm definitely not going to do it, right? No way. If it's something I have to do, I'm going to definitely do the opposite. This is just my personality. But it gives me the opportunity to notice that part of my personality and not get deflated or distracted or being like, oh, I failed again. I set myself up to do this goal and I failed, right? Because I'm just going to rebel against it. What it allows us to do is to go, well, let's be spontaneous. Let's be synchronistic. Let's open up our ability to communicate with the universe, to find these magical alignments throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the calendar, to really connect to who we are and move into alignment. And so that in itself is the teaching of today that needed to come through. But we're also going to be using this magical moment of the 11th of the 11th, 2211, as one of these magical moments in our alignments to move into alignment. Okay, it's a portal, right? We've got to create these portals, these gateways all the time in our lives. So find it. It could be, I'm just going to repeat myself because obviously it's very important for me to pass this message on because it's like, keep repeating. Find them. Find these magical moments and portals, whether it's the sun coming through your window. I mean, the other night I was brushing my teeth and we've got like a loft window and it was like the full moon was just there. I could have continued brushing my teeth, but I stood there and did a little bit of moon bathing and connected to what needed to come through. Sometimes it could be, the other day I was sitting with a friend and this massive big gush of wind came through as we were talking about something and the trees just went crazy and it was like amazing. And I was like, this is a magical moment. The universe has set up a magical moment for us to take notice, for us to move into alignment, for us to give thanks, for us to have gratitude. So find them, open yourself up to them. They are there every day. And the more that you can do this, the more spontaneous you are with it, the more dynamic you get with the universe to play with the universe. And that's what's fun. That's what's exciting. That's where the adventure is. That's where you're going to get new things coming in all the time. So know that, right? Know that. And I think that is the the deep message for this portal, right? Because it's not like we just do this portal and this activation once a year on the 11th of the 11th. I mean, like, we're way too magnificent for that, right? It's not like this is the moment where all our manifestations are going to come true because we're like so tuned in and the rest of the world's using this magical portal. No, the deeper message is, yes, yes, this is a magical day, a magical time, a time for us to focus and set. And a lot of people are doing this on the world level. But the deeper message is this is these portals, these gateways, these alignments are available to you all the time. So know them, find them, follow them, are available to you all the time. And have fun, right? It's all about having a bit of fun with the universe. Okay, cool. All right. And maybe you can put into the chat to inspire everyone if you have these moments in your day or things, or come back and listen to the replay and write into the chat, because I think this chat disappears. If you could write in after the replay gets reset, just to inspire people, right? Because we're so focused on our phones, we're so focused in all these other areas that we sometimes miss the deeper things that are going on. So don't do that, because if you miss that, you become unconscious, right? You become totally unconscious. And as this 11-11-22 portal, part of it is so that our 5D, our hyper consciousness, our super consciousness can start to birth into physical 3D reality, right? So if we're playing 3D reality and being completely unconscious all the time and not taking awareness of the deeper communication and flow that's going on, how are we really going to integrate our 5D consciousness into everyday life? Like, it's just not going to happen. So, it's a little bit of practice and a little bit of training. I'm sorry to go on about this, but it's obviously the message that needs to come through for everybody. So I just want you to take a few deep breaths and know this, knowing that you already know. This is a knowing you already know. You've experienced it before, right? The invitation now is to experience more often. Experience it more often, and I promise you will have a wonderful play with the universe in it, and there'll be some magical moments that will come through. Okay, cool. Right, let's get into the activation about what is going on now. 11, 11, 11, 11, 22, magical numbers. So number ones, 11s are new beginnings. They're gateways into new beginnings, gateways into us beginning again. And we've got a nice year at the end of it, because it's a 22 year, 2022. It's a master number. It's a master builder year. And so it's a time, and I remember when I was 22, I built and my creativity flowed. It's a time of building and grounding and bringing into physical reality the deeper purity of yourself. And so it's a nice number. It's like, open up the gateway for newness. Open up the gateway of your being to touch and allow the purity of who you are, the uniqueness, the truth, the unique soul vibration of who you are. And trust me, if you really connect to it, you will find this part of you is so bright, is so clear, is like diamond energy. And that is you. That's the part of you I want you to connect with, not the part of you that, I don't know, or the other parts of you, or the other frequencies of you, or, your greatness or whatever. I don't want you to connect to any of that. This is an invitation for the portal, the opening, to connect to the most purest, most divine, sparkly part of you. And the problem is, I'm being shown and told, is that we do not learn to configure ourselves and communicate with this part of ourselves enough. How we meant to let this part of us exist, how we meant to let this part of us transmit into life, if we cannot find it, if we cannot configure to it, if we cannot hear it, know it, sense it, translate it, communicate it. And so the invitation today is to really, really find yourself, right? Not just the part of you who you think you're meant to be, or the archetypal energy that you're now moving into that you have to be, or the part of you that just collapses into low self-worth, or whatever the story is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we could align to, right, within you, because you're a multidimensional, fascinating being. But what I'm after, what this portal is after, is that you connect to the purest diamond, purest part of you. And you learn to let this part of you exist. You learn to let this part of you move through your neural pathways to inspire you. You learn to let this part of you move through your throat chakra, your heart, so you can speak from it, feel from it. You learn to let this part of you move through your bones, so that you know at the core of your being that this is you. Now, this part of you is super strong. It knows who it is. It's unwavered by the challenges of life, because it is who it is. And this is what we're needing to bring forward to allow new beginnings to happen in our lives. No longer can we keep copying old versions of ourselves, outdated versions of ourselves, the unworthiness versions of ourselves, whatever those other versions of ourselves. We can't keep copying those parts of us into the present and into the future and expecting things to shift and change. Just as cells, they copy each other, right? In the body, they copy and copy and copy. And then what happens a little bit in aging is that the cells copy each other, and then over time they don't quite copy it correctly. They copy a muffled version, a little bit distorted version, and so on and so forth. We don't want that. You don't have time to keep copying the distorted versions of yourself into reality, right? So the invitation is for you to really go into the depths of this pure diamond sparkly energy and find it. And this is the activation. This is what we are needing to do, right? So come with me on this. I want you to connect to your amazing body. And let's just go through a journey. If you haven't worked with me before, I love embodiment. I love traveling through the body. Come with me for a journey. You might let your intuition activate and go wild. You might have other insights that come to you. I know you're amazing beings, so do what you need to do. But let me be your guide. So I want you to go through and feel your being, your body. I mean, you're amazing. You're a multidimensional, extraordinary being. And I want you to let go of all the outdated copies, right? All the outdated identities. Let go of all the outdated masks that you're wearing. And you might want to just like clear it out of your system. Like, we just really just don't have time for this anymore. I invite you to let go of all the outdated wounds, the traumas that you keep going into, the wounds you keep going into, the stories that you keep looping into. Like, I invite you to let go of them all. And you might want to like run your hands through your energy body to help release it. You might feel some parts of your body a little bit stuck with this. You might want to give yourself a good shake, let it all go, whatever you need to do, but just let go of all these outdated files, identities, masks, versions of yourself, whatever the story is. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Even all the outdated things that you're striving for. Sometimes we're manifesting and striving for certain things, and it's like completely out of alignment with the depths of who we are, right? And we're wondering why we just feel like we're putting our head up against a brick wall all the time, right? Well, it's obviously the universe doesn't want you to manifest what's out of alignment with you, and neither do you. So, I mean, like, just get the message. So can we also release and clear and shift and reorganize and upgrade all the things that are out of alignment with you, right? All the things, your manifestations that are out of alignment, your visions that are out of alignment, a bit skewed in the vision. Where am I going? Right? The expectations that are out of alignment with this diamond energy that is your purest part of you. Can we also let go of all the conditioning that's out of alignment and all the genetic patterns, all of it? Like, just whoosh, wash it through you. You might feel light coming down to help release it. You might feel a big vortex coming down and just sucking all this stuff out. You might feel like you just need to swipe it all the way down, but be conscious. A lot of our ability to move energy is to become more conscious. So are you swiping it from you, or are you swiping it all the way down to your DNA and releasing it out? Like, how deep can your consciousness go to shift this pattern, right? Let it all go, shake it all out. And we're just going to set some codes up that this is going to continue, this shifting, this clearing, this releasing of everything that is the wrong expression or the out of alignment expression of your truest, purest being of who you are. So let's just set up some codes, some geometry, some portals, some activations to allow this release, shifting, clearing, cleansing, purification. It's a purification as well, right? Yeah, we can drink lots of water to purify ourselves, but this is a purification. So can we let all the coatings come down like a purification of all this stuff? And you might feel like a beautiful waterfall of energy coming down through you. Make sure you let it come all the way down to your fingers and your toes. And, let's set this up so it continues, right? Some of these patterns are stubborn. They like to linger, they stick. So let's set up an intention, a prayer, a knowing, a partnership with the universe to allow this purification to continue to take place until you align to your diamond purity. Let's allow this purification to take place in the most easiest, most graceful, most highest way so that you can return to the purity of your diamond purity inside of you with ease, with grace, with flow, with love, with compassion, with wisdom. Because you've done a lot of learning already. You've done a lot already, and sometimes it's time to quicken up. It's time to do it easier. It's time to return back to you. So just knowing that this purification process will continue, and every now and then it's good to tap into it, right? So just before we move on, I just invite you to wash yourself, like just stand under the waterfall of purification, of divine purification, and just let it wash through you. Let it wash through your cells. Let it wash through your DNA. Let it wash through all the energy pathways in your body. Let it wash through. Let it wash through. Ah, so beautiful. And you might want to just take handfuls of that beautiful purification light and just like put it into each of your chakras, crown, third eye, into your throat, your heart, your belly, your your belly. What else? Your sacral chakra, your base chakra. Put it into your feet and anywhere else you want to put this divine energy, and just know that it will continue. And smile and let every single cell in your body smile and let every single cell in your body just open up its mouth. It's smiling, and let it just open up and drink in all this beautiful divine purification energy. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, drink it into the depths of your being. So its magic is doing its job, right? Making the path forward easier, The less cluttered we are with all this stuff, the easier it is going to be able for us to hear and translate this deeper part of ourselves, right? A lot of the journey is to get rid of all this clutter and conditioning and stuff so that we can return back to our consciousness, right? That's the game. That's the game of incarnation. And the quicker you can hear this pure diamond part of you, your soul, the quicker you find your dharma, the quicker you know your purpose, and the quicker you know what to manifest, right? And this is a gateway portal of manifestation, 11/11/22, right? But this portal, this gateway is saying, hey, why are we manifesting from the outdated paradigm? Why aren't we learning? Why aren't we spending the time to really tap into, tune into, connect to this diamond part of ourselves, right? Why aren't we finding this part and learning to translate it, to find its purpose, its dharma, its expression, its desires? Remember the desires, like why can't you allow this diamond part of you to have desires? Because desires are always going to lead us to our intentions, direction, purpose. It's going to find the path for us. So can we, gorgeous being, help you to connect to find, to know, to translate, to communicate with this diamond part of your being, your soul, the most purest part of you? Can we activate your DNA, your unevolved DNA? Can we activate your unevolved parts of your DNA to be able to evolve so that it can locate and communicate and connect to this part of you? Can we allow this diamond part of you to start to incarnate more and more into your bones, your cells, your sensors, letting this diamond part of your soul really take position? And I want you to feel it. Like when I feel it moving through you and activating through you, I feel it as a real strength. It's not wobbly. And I think that's why the word diamond keeps coming down to describe it, so you can locate it. It's not a wobbly energy. It's a definite crystallized sense of your uniqueness. Find it. Find the crystallized diamond pure light of you within you. I guess hope that makes sense. But let it move through your system, your being. Hold it, know it. Let it shine through. It might start to shine through. It might be this beautiful fractally energy that starts to shine through. And can we activate this part of you to recognize that it has desires? Can we activate this part of you to help you recognize that it has a purpose, it has dharma, it has a direction, it knows what it wants to manifest? Can we activate you, gorgeous human being, to learn to manifest from this part of you, to learn to have visions from this part of you, to learn to know your purpose, your creations from this part of you? Can we teach you how to recognize your soul family and your soul friends from this part of you? You know, this is what we want. We want people that can vibe with this part of us, right? Amazing. Beautiful. And let all this activate. I feel like your body's reconfiguring. So you might feel some of the chakras moving or shifting or opening up. You might also feel your energy field getting bigger. But what I literally feel for the majority of it is like this strength, this more of a diamond strength. And, you know, what does that allow us to have? Be more definite about our ideas, our thoughts, be more definite in our communications, have better boundaries, have better sovereignty, know who we are, what we want. You know, this is an important energy. So feel it. Feel what it feels like to be definite, strong, crystallized diamonds, you know. Only then will more of your frequency exist, the totality of your frequency get to exist. And therefore, the transmission that you give out is going to be stronger and more definite. Then we can see manifestations happening. Then we can see, the right connections forming, or synchronicities, or divine timings, because you've arrived in you. You know, and like I said, it is a journey into incarnating, but this portal is saying, stop being that which isn't you, right? Stop living your life from there. Stop playing from that space and learn to play from this other new space. And it's going to take time, right? It's like tuning into a whole other part of you. I mean, some of you may have been tuning into the outskirts of your frequency, right? And like operating from there. But I'm inviting you to go even deeper into the core of that, where it's super strong. It's crystallized, it's diamond. I hope you're getting this with me, because from there, you're going to find it easier to find yourself in this universe. But you got to play with it, right? We're doing the activations now, but this is about you journaling on it. This is about you meditating with it. This is about you practicing to have, what's the desire of this part of me needing and wanting, right? If I tune into this desire, right, go to this part of me now and be like, hey, what is, and again, we're playing, right? It says, I want you to start playing more with water and learning to charge it and energizing it for your body, right? So it could be these little things that you play with, these little desires. But what is it doing? It's developing you. It's helping you to become more conscious. It's helping you to be more magical with the environment. It's a simple thing of a glass of water, right? The desire is to start practicing to make it more magical, right? Bringing up the energy through it. And that could be for everything. It could be like, just go light a candle and have this moment of peace. Follow it. Like I said at the beginning, we find these portals and these gateways throughout the day, every day. And so the invitation is, when you connect to this part of you, to find the portals. Allow the universe to move you to find the portals and the gateways, but be magical. Because remember, what we're doing is we're bringing the 5D into 3D, and with this particular portal. And the problem is we get so focused on, we're manifesting this, we're manifesting that, that we forget to train ourselves to become more conscious that we are amazing, magical creatures that can shift so many different molecules of reality. But we need to play with reality a little bit more to recognize ourselves more, right? Recognize who we are in this other 5D world. I hope I'm making sense, because this is all the information that is coming through. So just breathe it in, take it in, notice it, feel it. Let all those teachings, those codes run through you. You might want to give yourself a stretch. You might want to run your fingers up to the universe and let all these codings come through. You might just want to let that diamond part of your soul move through you. but play with opening up magical portals because they're everywhere. So just for fun, just to have a practice, because I think life's all about practicing, right? Sometimes we think, oh, I'm not intuitive. Oh, I can't connect. Oh, I'm not getting messages. Oh, I can't. Oh, and then we live this boring, ordinary life. Well, the reality is that sometimes we have to train ourselves. And sometimes you have to practice to make those connections, to train the energy body to start opening up, to make the channels do its job, right? So practice. I want you to practice with me. And I want you to write in the chat so we can have an experience with the whole group here. I want you to tune into this diamond, deepest part of your soul that is in your body, diamond, strong part of you. And I want you to feel its desire. What does it want to do? What does it want to experience? Remember, it could be small, it could be big, but I want you to feel if you can tap into that deep desire. Could be that you want to have a tea ceremony with roses. I don't know. Like, just what is it? Because remember, the desire of this part of you is so magical that it wants to make your life magical. It wants to keep opening up portals to make life more magical so you can communicate with the universe and yourself in a whole new way. So tune into this part of you, this diamond crystallized part, and ask what its desire is. You know, what does it need? What does it want? What does it want to play with? What does it want to create? What does it want to be pulled to? Write it into the chat. I want to know. I want to know. Because, you know, the more you exercise this part of you, the more you're going to find your soul family. The more you're going to hear your Dharma. The more you're going to have creative ideas. The more you're going to make your meal more interesting in the evening. The more you're going to and we've got to exercise our creative, intuitive, magical being, right? So open up these portals of alignment, these portals of prayers, these portals of magic that are available all the time. Okay. We've got people that saying speak, wants to play with connections to source, play, gathering for something spiritual and empowering, beautiful, experience true love. Yeah, and that experience of true love can begin now, moment to moment. You could be downloading true love into your water and drinking the water and like poof, having that energetic experience of true love with the water. Hey, I've made love to the sun, so true love can be experienced in many places. What else we got? Have fun, to play, let go of old layers, open up my feminine energy, the goddess part of me, expressing myself more. Beautiful. To bathe with me in the light and power for it to exist more and more. Lead women to spiritual journeys, empowering them. Write a book to teach women to be more confident, intuitive. I love it. Visualize the diamonds. Nature, I see waterfall in the middle of the forest. Beautiful. It wants beauty, beautiful offerings. Experience of true love. Yeah. Love and relationship. Create my performing arts project where I'm acting down. I'm getting goosebumps, people. Like goosebumps. Practice my drums after a lesson on my drum kit. Exquisite sex daily. Public speaking on all things. Intuitiveness. I love it. Movement, expression, play, passion. Step into my power with clarity and purpose. Hey, Jenny. Create my... and remember, these portals open up, these activations, these gateways open up constantly throughout the day if you let them. You know, you're wanting to be this magical 5D, multidimensional, conscious, spiritual being, right? You gotta start opening up the portals. You think the universe is gonna start to come down and be like, we have a portal for you to walk through now. Here is the initiation. No, it's usually because you've created it on some level, right? You're a creator. Like, open up the gateways between you and the magical universe. It's up to you. It's up to you. Wants to shine, be visible, teach people to find inspiration. Juice will feel so much better. Wow, amazing. Cool. All right, cool. Play with miracles. I love it. Play with miracles. So I want you to let all this information download into your brain, because some of us have gotten a bit of a calcified brain in there that only thinks in certain ways or wants to do things in certain ways. So maybe give your brain a good scalp massage. And like, get rid of all the calcified thoughts that are just boring. You know, that grumpy old man energy. Oh, I can't be bothered. Oh, what's the point? Oh, it's always boring, right? That part of you, like, just scrub it out, because that part of you will slow you down from opening up these gateways and portals. Yeah, just rub it all out. Ugh. Let it go. grumpy old calcified man energy, male or female, whatever you want to call it. Let it go. Okay, Annette, my diamond wants to play and act and be creative and make more films with deep spiritual messages. Beautiful. Okay. Let your diamond light shine through you, gorgeous beings. Beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. I hope you get this, right? Play with this. It's fun. It's not boring. It's spontaneous, right? Spontaneous. It's dynamic. It's fun. It's creative. It's unexpected, right? It's magical. Like these are the things we're playing with on a day-to-day basis to open up the gateways. Bombastic. That's exactly what I was hoping for, that this activation would be. And people, loving on you so much. Thank you for being here. I also want to use this portal and activation to show you something that's taken me a year to create. Can I do that? Can I share with you something amazing? I have created, you ready? Drum roll. I have created 88 Oracle tarot-y destiny card things. It's a combination of like Oracle decks and tarot decks. They are beautiful. These are just my dummy pack, okay? So they haven't been printed yet, but they're basically going to have lots of silver all over it. So you'll see this and it'll be like all silvery, and you'll see this and it'll be all silvery. But this is just my dummy pack that I've gotten from the printers to play with, to show you that there are some amazing, because I can't read tarot cards. Can anyone else read tarot cards? I can't read tarot cards to save my life. And I'm really intuitive, can't read them. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to create my own. So they are amazingly beautiful. I'm going to show you some of my favorite cards. Like I said, they're a cross between a tarot and oracle deck. I need to get pre-orders in, right? So if you collect oracle cards, if you want a new system of cards to play with, I'll put the link up somewhere. Go do your pre-order. When you do your pre-order, I'm giving you a free online card reading course, which is valued at £300 because I want to hang out with you and play with you. So you buy one deck. I think they're about £35, 44 Australian US dollars. You also get a £300 card reading course, right? So it's going to be fun. Here, let me show you some of the stuff. That's Surrender. Don't know if you can see it. There is Wildness. There is Dharma. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There is Visionary. And yeah, there's just choice points. I mean, I've put it together so there's like these 5 categories, because I can't work out with the tarot, right? That Soulfire, the cups, the wands, I just can't work it out. And I'm reasonably clever. I just can't work it out. But with these ones, these cards are to help you incarnate. They're here to help you make decisions for your soul, for your life. They're here to help you understand your dharma, your purpose, to incarnate, to open up magical portals in your world. So you can use this to make magical portals. So you can use them like oracle cards, and you just pick up one card and you look at it and you do your thing. Or you can do it like a card spread. And there's basically 5 categories. So we get alignment. We get the first category is the position cards, and they're a little bit like the major arcana in the tarot, but they're also like the hero's journey. So they're going to tell you things like, this is the alignment, the position you need to hold in order to get what you want happening, right? The position of the Empress or the High Priestess, as a High Priestess, or the position of the activist, right? So they're a combination of what are they a combination of? They're a combination of the major arcana and the hero's journey, right? So that's position. And then we have, which are these ones, the soul cards. That's the inner alignment. Once we take the inner alignment and the position, we get stronger in our sense of self, right? So that's then. And then we also have the challenge cards, because we're always up against facing challenge, and we've got to, like, you know, our inner world needs to meet, our inner divine line needs to meet the outer divine line. We want that, you know, we want to experience heaven on earth, right? But we come up against these challenges. So these are the challenge cards: triggered, injustice. You know, life's full of this stuff so that we grow. Avoidance, procrastination. I love, this is my favorite one, mind games. Look at that one. Look how fucking cool that is. Nothing like a few naked men wrestling for mind games and competition. And then the next aspect is the spirals of life, because we're caught in these spirals of life, or wheels of life, you know, our finances, our family, our relationships, our culture, our religion, the institutions that we've been, they all kind of hold us back because they've all got their own laws and regulations, and we're trying to you know, unlock our lives, and yet we've got this opposing energy sometimes that doesn't allow us to move forward. So these are the kind of like spirals of life: our identity and ego, institutions like religions, education, the collective consciousness can sometimes hold us back, right? Galactic. I mean, there's just so many. And then we've got our blessing cards, which is the final category, which is the energy from heaven that comes down to support us. And the thing is, we really need to open up to this blessing energy so that it shifts the frequency much quicker. So they're really magical. I put them together after doing like 15,000 hours of private readings and sessions on people. And I'm like, this is pretty much all the 88 cards I've created is pretty much all I work with to unravel and unlock people. Celebration. These are the blessing cards. Magic. They're really beautiful. That one didn't quite come right out in the printing, but there's abundance and union. So they're gorgeous. And there's 88. I need to get pre-orders in though. So if you're a card collector, if you want a free online course, you've got to get in before Christmas, basically. But come and play with me. They're amazing cards. They're going to do some amazing things, I promise you. But they are beautiful. Look at that one, Desire. Adventurer. It's one of the position cards. Distracted. Yeah, we all get distracted, right? Embodiment. There's a few naked people on these cards. Look at this one. Addiction. Right? We've all got addiction issues. Self-love. Restricted. I mean, we felt like that sometimes, right? Corporate man in the suit, restricted. Treasure. Sometimes we have secrets. Manifested. So, like I said, $35, 35 pounds. I think it's 44 American dollars. And you get a 300-pound card reading course, which I'll do live with you. And these cards I think they'd get delivered late spring. This is my dummy pack of cards. Sorry, they're really beautiful. I've spent a whole year doing them. They're amazing. Because I can't read tarot cards. I just can't read. And you know what? And oracle cards I find too fluffy. Like I look at oracle cards and they're like so out there and fluffy that it just doesn't help me on a practical level. And I'm actually a very grounded, practical person. So I've tried to make these cards as magical, but as human as I can, so that there's a human relationship, right? But yeah, you'll find the link somewhere, but please come and pre-order so I can give you the free online course as well. Ordinary, because sometimes you just need to be ordinary. Reflection. Oh, there's so many. I mean, we just don't really have time to go through 88 cards. There's 88 of them, right? Council. You'll need a council. The Emperor. Alrighty, look at this one. Interracial lovemaking. The lovers. Yeah. I love cards. They've been so much fun to do, and I hope you get as much magic out of them as I created them. But what else can I tell you? We've got an Awaken the Oracle masterclass next Wednesday. That's on next Wednesday. It's free masterclass, Awaken the Oracle Within, how to be a card reader and channel. And it's obviously amazing activations and meditations, but it's also there to show you my cards and how amazing they are. Anyway, so I'm birthing them. So I'm using this activation and this portal for everyone that's joined here. So if we could just all send a universal prayer together to let these cards be birthed into life, and may they be used to activate many people. May they be used to help people incarnate. Maybe they be used to help people find their abundance and their bliss and their love. May these cards be used so people can solve their problems, to know their way, to understand what to do, not to do. Can we allow people to use these cards not to be fooled or be tricked by anybody? And may these cards be a blessing to all those that use it, and a blessing to all those that get a card reading. And I just want to send them all out to the world so that they can have a life of their own. You know, I've done my bit. Let them have a life of their own. Yeah, let them have a life of their own. Yeah, let them be. They're called Soul Star Destiny cards. Soul Star Destiny cards. So yeah, they've been so much fun to make. Yes, amazing. Out to the world. Thank you. And so it is. And so it is. Yes, you can order them anywhere in the world. Canada, Australia. I mean, there's different, I think, packet posting prices. But yeah, you can order them anywhere. But if you are a card player, you like collecting cards, they're good fun. If you can't read the tarot, they're for you. If you find oracle cards too fluffy and like unpractical and ungrounded, these are for you. If you want to play with opening up some portals and some magic, they're for you. If you want to use card readings in your profession, these are for you. If you are wanting to activate your intuition and your oracle abilities, these are for you. Cards are a great way to begin your oracle abilities. You know, they help focus your energy and they teach you how to translate. So that's it. And so it is. Amazing. Okay, Soul Star Destiny cards. Yeah, they're so beautiful. Gorgeous people. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm feeling super amazing that you've been here for this activation. There were some very powerful teachings in the activation. I would suggest you re-listen to it again. I think it only was for 30 minutes. Go re-listen to it again. And if you want to come play with some other magical activations, these cards. I also want to thank you for being here and birthing these cards into the world. That means a lot to me. Sometimes it's a bit boring birthing things by yourself. You know, I can be a bit of an introvert sometimes, and it can be very lonely. But it's nice to be able to birth them into the world with you. So thank you for being here on this magical day in a very auspicious moment for your own ability to become more conscious with your diamond energy. And also this auspicious moment of the day to send my cards to the world. Amazing, beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous people. Sending you so much love on this beautiful portal. Remember, portals, gateways to your consciousness, to who you are available to you all the time. Find them. Play with the universe, right? They will open up gateways. Find them and play with them, because don't be a boring, ordinary person. You're too amazing for that. So let the universe play with you. Let this deeper part of you call you. Let it have desires. Let it show you how to open up the magic in your life. Because, you know, there's a lot of energies, particularly things like mobile phones, 5D, although we love them. They can dampen our energy. They can dampen our connections. They can dampen our ability to, you know, open up our intuitive psychic senses. So yeah, practice, play, activate, have fun, magic. 11-11-22 portal. I'm loving on you. I think I should stay here until it goes 11:44, which is in 1 minute, just because we're doing some magic numbers. And in that time, I'm going to tell you something else. What am I going to tell you? To get my cards. But what else do I need to tell you? You know, we have to remember that life is a journey. And sometimes we're wanting to have this magical, ideal life. And I know there's a lot of pressure for us to manifest this amazing life, you know. But remember, it's steps along the path. You know, each step you take is a gateway. Each step you take opens up wisdom, awareness, knowing. Each step you take has blessings, has gifts. And we need to use those steps, each step, be conscious of it, because then they become these foundational pillars inside of us that make us strong. So the next step we take on our path has more impact, has more awareness, is more magical, right? So know every step you take has so much power. Know it, be conscious of it. And you will have an extraordinary life. Amazing. We have hit 11:44 on the 11th of the 11th, 22. Enjoy your portal of new beginnings from your diamond clarity, sense of self. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So much love. How do I turn this off? Oh, next Wednesday, come join me.